We are recording. This is Mr. Joseph Braun. He's going to be doing the interview today, the intensive interview of Big Nick's Peace Garden. And yeah, I was just showing. He was asking me what I'm doing with the standing water, and I use it for just watering plants, watering the washing my hands, stuff like that. And we're going to take you around, check out my pineapple plant right now. So stay tuned. Let me show you this guy. Alright, let me try. Let's see.
Is your phone good like that?
Is it are you comfortable? Can you hold it?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Watch out, this is jungle out here. And check out the pineapple over here. You gotta give them some, give them some protection. You know, I got my spider lilies protecting it, keep it from the sun. We got this evergreen protecting it, and put a little bit of wood chips right there. These are all wood chips that I put back, trying to preserve the moisture in the soil. And we'll take you around. I got just basically some frangipanis, some what are those? Well, I call them my mosquito basin. These things hold mosquitoes like crazy. Bromeliads, what they're called. Here goes some red ginger, African lily. This is cosmos that's not in bloom. It's a medicinal plant. Don't use it for medicinal purposes. I use it just for they attract bees and butterflies. And got some Barbados cherry right here. You see beginnings of some of the dichondra. I'm trying to get established there a little bit. I leave out water for birds and different animals that just like to come by and get thirsty. Because animals get thirsty. You just don't want to let it sit for too long unattended. You know, I'm out here every day, so I don't let it sit. I don't let anything really sit too long. But about 15 minutes a day to an hour a day, you too can have a beautiful garden like this. We got some dichondra. Yeah, this is all dichondra right here. Got some strawberries. I planted these a few years ago. Been watering them with my cactus juice. I'll show you later. And got some blooms here. We had a few strawberries. They weren't too big, but we're getting there. Improving the soil little by little. I'm gonna let you all in on a little. See how we're doing here. I didn't check this in a while. Check my coconut, man. I don't know anything about starting coconuts. This water is getting nasty though. And last I checked, this thing had some that looked like could be a root, but yeah, no, it doesn't. It's still got water in it. This one's still got water in it. I think they take a long time to germinate, but I saw that's how one guy had started it. And yeah, got water out here, water out there. That's a mango. This is a mango plant right here. I kind of made it short and stocky because I want to keep everything short and stocky so I can, you know, have good access to my fruit. Don't want more fruit than I need. I want to keep everything manageable and chop and drop everything. I don't waste anything. And all the cuttings that I have, I either run it over with a lawnmower or I just chop it right up with my hand or a knife and place it right back on the ground.
Gotta conserve it, man.
Yeah. fill this back up. For now, put that right here. And that way I keep an eye on it a little better than over there. And I try to keep it submerged with the shell. That's kind of like how the guy I saw on the guy on YouTube, he used a rock in a bucket. There's a big old nice butterfly over there. See if he'll come over this way. And this right here, if anybody wants this is the mystery plant right here that I got growing in a few different places. If anybody wants to chime in on that one, still haven't gotten a good idea on that. Like, or at least I don't know, still hasn't done any blooms. I got a couple little side shoots. And they got little feelers, like they kind of like a vine, but they may be waiting for something to grab onto. It may be a vine. At first I thought it was a kiwi, but just still not sure. This is a native Florida plant. This is a fire bush, and it's a wild. It's a must-have. I think if you live in Florida, probably because he brings so many. It grows and it looks good and brings all the butterflies and the birds. It has little berries and attracts all kinds of nice birds. We see cardinals and blue jays and parrots, and I mean we see everything. We see just about every bird you can imagine. And I had some tomatoes growing right here. They're kind of growing a little wild up into the sago palms.
Yeah, they were delicious.
And yeah, we got a few of them that's starting to do pretty good. You know, this is the best tomato season I've ever had probably. And I don't really use any fertilizer, so I think this is a pretty good testament to what wood mulch can do. Just putting back what is supposed to be there. Because a lot of people just mow it up, chop it up, put it in a trash can, give it to the city to use for them to use at the landfill, and they don't know they're robbing their soil. They could be having all this food. That's lettuce in there. I hadn't even had time to go. I can make a salad right now. Let me go ahead and just pick a few of them because you're really supposed to pick this every day. So that's some good looking lettuce right there. If I had a tomato, I'd just eat it with a tomato. Here goes some more dichondra. I put some creeping thyme in here, but I haven't seen any of it coming up yet. So hopefully that creeping thyme will show. It's supposed to be purple ground cover when it takes maybe a couple seasons for it to do its thing, and then it'll become purple or something like that. But this is dichondra right here, and it's not really that well known. Kind of makes everything look like an English garden, like a moss. It looks like a moss kind of a thing. It only grows like not even a half an inch at the most usually. So it's real good. You don't have to mow it. And eventually, it'd be nice to have it right here where I have the grass. But you got to check with your homeowners association because you don't want to get in. You don't want to get in any trouble with them. We got. Let's see what we got here in the front. This is just whatever plant, you know. These are some onions that I got that were chives. And so I'm letting them go to seed. These are all a bunch of seeds, and so I'm trying to get things growing that I can use. So these are better eaten when they're young plants. These are mature plants, but
Wait, are there onions under there?
yeah, I mean, I'm not really too sure about eating the mature ones. Like I can snap this and you can smell it. You can see that it smells just like a chive, and it's just
But it's not
you could boil. Yeah, you probably have to boil it a little longer because it's a little more mature. So I'm just chopping it up and putting the seeds back on the ground. So we'll say, "Hello, there goes some nice chives." Put the seeds back, And instead of weeds growing there, you'll have some nice chive plants growing there. You know, it's just
Beautiful. It's a beautiful
yeah.
thing.
And also, let's take these moringas are blooming like crazy. You might as well get a picture of that. These things are just going absolutely out of control, crazy. And it doesn't really have much of a flavor. Pull that weed up. Yeah, I gotta work at it. There's a lot of work out here, guys. You know, if you want to have an edible garden, you will be getting into shape. And so let's see, what else do we have here? I want to show you guys this banana plant that a customer, Mr. Steve Ellis out in Sarasota, gave me, and it's just got a couple pups now, and started with this one big one, and I moved it over here from the shady side, and now it's got these pups here, and usually the pups take away from the main plant, so they say with banana plants, and especially we're a little bit north, they kind of get hit hard in the winter. You kind of want to encourage them to bloom, so you cut them, you just cut the pups away, and then that way they bloom faster and they produce bananas faster. So I will chop these down and I'll pick one that I want to leave. I'll probably just leave the big one. And also we got all these plants are kind of dangerous for kids, you know, so I'm gonna get my agave. I've been slowly taking some of it, trimming that out, the part that goes into the path, trimming it out. I'm gonna cut this thing down so that it's not gonna be a danger to anybody. And then also I got some ginger right here, and it looks like it's doing pretty good. It might be too close to my mother-in-law tongue, but hopefully it'll spread out and get established and come back year after year. That's the goal, to have, once you get things established, that they become less and less work and more enjoyable, so that less working out in the garden and more enjoying out in the garden. You know what I mean, Burn?
No, you mean.
And more moringas providing shade out here. These moringas are 2 years old, 2.5 years old, and they provide, it's a shady day anyway right now, but they provide a lot of shade. I got these trees. These trees are about 4 years old, and they're getting a little bit crazy, but we got some beans growing up on there, and they provide some nice shade. I'll show you these beans. You know, if you're hungry, eat a bean. And I just found that sink, so trying to repurpose some stuff, you know. Dichondra all down here. Got some weeds coming in here, but I've been slowly getting it. I might try to put that sink in if it's not too big, because our sink is kind of leaky. And might as well just show you this plant right here. Oops, sorry. Oh, it's getting covered up. Yeah, this is the one. I gotta spit that bean out. That thing was too tough. But I have some good stuff in there though. But that's a star fruit, and this kind of mulch really holds water in here. It looks bad, but you put some grass over it, and it'll turn the same color. You know, you'll never know it's there, and this plant will get big and healthy. And it might not be, you know, what your idea of beautiful is, you know, for some people, but I don't, you know, I think it's pretty neat. And considering I'm not using any pesticides or anything harmful, and I'm actually getting some useful stuff. These pineapple plants are doing real well. I'm got to make sure they get plenty of sun. So take some of these cosmos out of here. And yeah, these pineapples are starting to do pretty good out here. So got about 4 of them so far. And this one's looking like it's gonna. We're gonna have some pineapple producers out here. I'm gonna have me a little small pineapple farm, you know.
So as a final word, what do you have to say?
Final word, man, is take a look at this. Take a look at this pod. Anybody wants a pod? Anybody wants a seed from this moringa? That's the pod you're gonna be looking at. You're getting it. I'm gonna be getting some good. I bet you I get about 20 seeds from that pod. And all those little skinny pods they'll be getting fat, and I'll be having plenty of moringa. If you don't know anything about moringa, check it out because it's a superfood. You blend it up in your smoothie. You can eat it fresh, eat it powdered. You store it for a long period of time, and it's got lots of nutrition, and it helps you lose weight. And because a lot of people suffer from malnutrition, it's one of probably the #1 thing. So moringa, if you don't know about it, moringa, Stenopetala and Oleifera, and they're good for your skin, they're good for your body, and rate, comment, and subscribe.
How do I turn it off? The red button.